This story is part of the Cardinal and Dove series, After the Mountain, a collection based on Jesus' teachings from the Sermon on the Mount. This is Beneath the Surface, the heart behind the action. Healing the hidden places. Have you ever felt something rise up inside you before you even had a chance to speak? Maybe it was a flash of irritation, a quiet frustration, or that kind of anger that stays hidden but just won't seem to go away. As Jesus sat on the mountainside with the crowd, he spoke in those quiet moments. He said, "You have heard that it was said, 'You shall not murder.' But I say to you that everyone who is angry with his brother will be liable to judgment." Matthew 5:21-22. With those words, Jesus gently shifts the conversation. Most people back then thought of God's commands as purely outward things, actions you could see and measure. But Jesus brings it home to the heart. He shows us that what happens inside us matters just as much as what we do on the outside. Let's be honest. Anger doesn't usually start with a shout or a slammed door. It starts quietly. It builds beneath the surface in thoughts no one else hears and feelings we don't always want to face. It's so easy to tell ourselves everything is fine as long as we keep our mouths shut and act polite. But Jesus invites us to be more honest than that. Not so we can feel guilty, but so we can notice what's actually shaping our hearts. That sharp thought we replayed in our heads, the quiet resentment we're holding on to, the judgment we never said out loud but definitely felt. This is where grace meets us. Jesus doesn't reveal what's in our hearts to shame us. He does it to heal us. You don't have to hide those messy internal struggles from him. The Father already sees them. The tangled thoughts, the frustrations, even the things you don't quite understand yourself. And he meets you there with patience, mercy, and care. What feels tangled, he can gently begin to untangle. What feels hardened, he can soften. What feels stuck in a loop of bitterness, he can slowly change. You aren't defined by every thought that pops into your head. In his presence, those hidden places can be made new. The Sermon on the Mount reminds us that life with God isn't about just managing our behavior or looking the part. It's about a heart that is being changed from the inside out. What if the very place you've been trying to hide is the exact place where God wants to start working today? Beneath the surface, grace is already waiting for you. Bring what's hidden to him and let him bring you peace. This story comes from Matthew chapter 5, where Jesus spoke to ordinary people, people with questions, struggles, and everyday lives. His words were not meant to feel distant or out of reach. They were meant to be heard, understood, and lived. If this story was meaningful to you, we invite you to like and subscribe so you can continue walking with us through the After the Mountain series by the Cardinal and Dove. We're glad you're here.